A&B Productions was created by Nicole Butler in 2000.
I actually started with my oldest daughter, taking her back and forth to New York for auditions for the film and television industry. And I became interested in film myself, challenging myself to do children television shows, plays, film, what have you. And I decided to get children between the ages of 8 to 18 involved, and this would allow them to be able to show their creative sides, their talents. You know, they were allowed to express themselves in television, film, fashion, what have you.
As a child, she became interested in fashion.
I started by watching my mother, who was always sewing and making clothes for myself and my sisters, and I would stand by and just watch her make clothes. And one day when she went to work, I actually went into some of her fabric and challenged myself to make, a skirt. When she came home, of course, she was upset because I had cut into her fabric, which was her good fabric. But at the same time, she was excited because she was amazed to see that I knew how to sew and to even make a skirt. She didn't show me. I actually learned by watching her.
In 2005, Nicole worked in the Delaware School District, teaching inner-city students how they could make a profit off a product. She was motivated to work with students who wouldn't normally have the same opportunity as others.
This was actually an opportunity that was offered to me, and I accepted because I believe that kids with learning disabilities are able to learn different techniques such as, sewing, cutting, threading a needle, learn how to sew a basic button on, just the basic things.
Over the years, Nicole has displayed her expertise through a program she created called the Designer Kids Project, which places kids' designs on the runway. The energy and mindset began with a desire to give back.
I, of course, started when I was young in making my own clothes, and then later on went to school to learn about design, which it took me 2 years to learn all the basics. And I wanted to take a few young kids under my wings and see if I could pour into them and teach them all that I knew. And the challenge was to actually teach them in 8 weeks. Now, of course, 8 weeks, they wouldn't be able to learn everything, but to at least be able to teach them the basics. And in 8 weeks, I was definitely blown away to see that these kids were actually picking up the basic techniques and actually being able to develop their ideas, bringing it from paper and putting it right onto the runway.
A&B Productions not only highlights fashions, but also puts a focus on television skills with FTS News. The online news channel allows kid reporters to gain communication skills and a great experience while sharing exciting news with a young audience.
FTS Kids News is our online news channel where kids actually get to have experience as a field reporter. We train them in a basic course, teaching them actually how to handle one-on-one interviews with celebrities and special guests. Once they finish the workshop, then we allow them to go to red carpet assignments and to actually capture highlighting news.
Another project A&B Productions has produced is called Flip the Script. The show allows kids the opportunity to take their scripts all the way to the full-out form of production, so it can actually be seen on the big screen.
Well, actually, we select kids that are actors or interested in getting into acting, and we challenge them to go from being in front of the camera to getting behind the camera and learning all the different techniques that they need to know as far as writing, directing, actually learning how to work the camera, to edit, the whole, format.
A few new shows have recently been added to the program. One is Teens Around Town.
Teens Around Town is actually a teen talk show. It's almost like a magazine talk show where we have 2 hosts. They both team up together and they actually go to different locations around Tinseltown, which is known as Hollywood. and they run into different actors or other, special teams that's in the industry, and they interview them right on the spot.
Followed by Teens Around Town was the Designer Kids Project, which is a web series capturing the journey of young designers and the challenges they face.
On the show, we try to capture their journey from beginning to end. We have actually noticed that a lot of kids have a problem with learning how to take their ideas first from their head and putting it onto paper. So we actually teach them how to do the design concept, to get it on paper and to be able to understand it, because that's going to be their basic template. Once we were able to get them to put it on paper, then it was taking it from paper and creating a pattern for it. Being that this was their original idea, there's not supposed to be any pattern out there like it at all, so they had to be able to figure out how to, actually figure out the layout of the pattern so that they are able to then transfer to fabric, to cut it out, and then to put the fabric together to start creating and see the pieces come together. So, a lot of them didn't think that they could do it, so they asked many questions like, well, how does this fit? Well, why does this look like that? Well, if we cut it flat, then how's it gonna go around? And, I was just like trying to get them to understand step by step. You'll see it come together as we go along. So as they seen it forming and coming together, they were, excited to see that they were able to pull it off.
The latest show, Taste It or Toss It, is a kids' cooking show which comes out in 2016. To top everything off, a magazine was published. It's called the Designer Girls Magazine.
Designer Girls Magazine is actually compiled with, articles that young bloggers send in, sharing their fashion tips, sharing their inspiring stories. They share new ideas about fashions. We actually highlight a lot of the young designers that have gone through our program as well. So a young girl that would pick up this magazine will actually get to hear a lot of inspiring stories. It builds self-esteem, it shares fashion tips, contests, crafts, a lot of fun stuff that girls would be interested in.
The future of A&B Productions looks very promising and will continue to develop self-esteem and cultivate future leaders.
I would like to be able to see A&B Productions build camps, the one-week camps in different states where kids can take advantage of the design program, and also to be able to participate in our news workshops, which is going to be done online.
A&B Productions has many platforms to help youth bring their creative ideas to life.
I just want to share that other kids can come on board and become a part of A&B Productions by visiting our website at abproductionslive.org.